Hello students, and welcome back again to yet another class of Alternative English. Today we will be doing the prose lesson, The Indomitable Spirit of Youth by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, what is the meaning of indomitable? Indomitable meaning something which cannot be subdued or put down. So youth is a time when you are full of energy, you are very enthusiastic, and this is the time when you cannot put a person down or put his energy down. Now let's see what the lesson is about. Before we go on to the lesson, I would like to do a small warm-up exercise. Listen carefully to what you have to do. Now, we are talking about role models. A role model is someone you look up to as a good example. He or she is someone who inspires you and you imitate him or her good behavior. Parents try to be good role models for their children by being good people. Now, this is a brief explanation or a meaning of what is a role model. Now, I would like you to take a minute or two to think about these answers, and if you have them ready, you can jot them down on a piece of paper. My first question is, who is someone you look up to and would like to call your role model? Got it? Okay. If you have got that, who is your role model? It could be anyone that you choose. Next question is, why do you look up to him or to her as your role model? In other words, how do they inspire you, or what attracts you to them? Write down or think about it. Now, the third one is, do you think it is important to have a role model? If you say yes, think of a reason. If you say no, also think of a suitable reason. Therefore, everyone should try to have a role model. Now, next we are going to see what are the steps you can use to achieve your goal in future. There's a very nice little picture over here that could even inspire you. Now, there are some points according to the lesson, according to Abdul Kalam. What he feels is important is, one, you need to have an aim in life before the age of 20. That means, what would you like to be? What would you like to become? You need to have that aim ready before you. Now, once you have chosen your aim, you need to work hard towards that aim. Third, you need to acquire knowledge continuously during the quest. That means all through the time while you're working on your aim, you're going towards your aim, continuously you're going to find out more and more about that aim or what you want to become, or in other words, it could be the career that you would like to choose. Now, next you will learn to persevere against the odds to succeed. It's not going to be easy, but as I said, you've got an indomitable spirit. Therefore, you got to keep on persevering against all the odds or whatever obstacles come into your way. Next, always believe that you can do it. Say to yourself, I can, I will, I shall, and then you will not be defeated. Finally, remember that education gives you wings to fly and shapes your wings of fire. Now, what do we mean by wings of fire? Nothing but your achievement, or nothing but working on your aim. Now, like you, there are many other achievers who went beyond the ordinary. These people who we are going to look to were just like you and me. They were just ordinary people. It's not that they had extra brains, or it does not mean that they had extra gray matter, but they were very common people. They chose an aim, they worked to it, and they succeeded. Now, when we look at the light bulb, naturally we think of Thomas Alva Edison. It is because of him that today we are no longer in the dark, but we are in the light. We have light bulbs. Now, when you see or when you hear of the word Alexander Graham Bell, what rings a mind? Yes, the bell of the telephone, and he was the one who invented the telephone. There is a lovely picture of him together with the first telephone that he invented. Now, from this invention of the telephone, just imagine where we have gone today. Now, another unique people were the Wright brothers, and they were the ones who invented the glider. They were the ones who first decided that we would fly. Now, human beings cannot fly, but they designed the glider which allowed them to fly, and from there you found that the aeroplanes were invented, and today flying has become very, very common. Now, we have our own Indians also, Sir C.V. Raman. He is known for the scattering of light. Sir C.V. Raman also was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in the year 1930. Now, we have a mathematical genius among us, Srinivasa Ramanujan. That means Indians were not backward. In fact, Indians were on equal footing with the foreigners. You had the first three unique achievers, all foreigners, but here we have our own Indians who are equally very, very brilliant and coming from very poor, humble families. Now, next we have Chandrasekhar Subramanian. He invented the scattering of light. And finally, we have Marie Curie and the husband who worked on radiation. They worked, and with radiation, they found what effects radiation had on the human beings. So they discovered radiums. Now, these were unique achievers. They were one of their kind. Now, it's not necessary that it's only them, but you also can be one of them. Now, let's see how you can make a difference. One point that you need to remember is you need to be a unique you. So a unique you means you need to be special. You need to work hard. You need to try to do things which others have not done. And if you work towards that goal, then definitely you will become someone in the future. In order to be a unique you, you have to have a unique personality. You have to be different from others in what you want to do. You have to be yourself and not a carbon copy of someone else. When I say carbon copy, don't say that because my dad is a doctor, I have to be a doctor. No. You may prove to be a very good engineer, or you may prove to be someone else, maybe in the computer field. So you need to see what your goal is, what your aim is, and you need to work to that aim. So therefore, be yourself. Now, the first part was the unique you. The second part is the knowledge equation. According to Dr. Kalam, he says, knowledge means creativity plus righteousness plus courage. Now, creativity. Learning gives us creativity because when you learn, your thinking span starts working. You start thinking. So, creativity will lead to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge because when you start thinking, you start asking yourself questions. You want to find out answers. Therefore, in order to that, you will gain knowledge. And knowledge makes you great. The more knowledge you have, the more learned you have, the more better a person you will become. Now, let's talk about righteousness. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is harmony in the house. Harmony in the house, peace. And normally, everything starts from the home. So, harmony in the house, which when there is harmony in the house, this will lead to order in the nation. And when there is order in the nation, there will be peace. In righteousness begins right in the house. From a small child, if you are taught to live in peace, and if you can maintain this, then this will spread outwards. The third point is that you need to have courage. And courage what? Courage to go out, courage to venture out, courage to be brave, courage to do something which nobody has done, courage to have the confidence in yourself. So therefore, in order to be able to do this, you need to venture out, because even the saying says, fortune favors the brave. It is only the people who went out, who braved the odds, they were the ones who found the fortune or became great in their lives. Now, the third point is that you need to acquire knowledge. How are we going to acquire knowledge? First, you will acquire knowledge from your home. The basic necessities, the basic behavioral patterns you learn from home. You learn at home from your parents. Next, you can acquire knowledge from good books. If you have a good reading habit, then you will be able to acquire knowledge from good books. Here I have given you a small little one of Good Citizens. Two little children over here, how they behave at home. Tomorrow they are going to be good citizens. There's another little photograph of books. It says over here 25 of the best books. We find that many people don't read good books. So you need to read good books to acquire knowledge. You can acquire knowledge from good teachers. That means from going to school. And they are the ones who give you knowledge. They are the ones who empower you. They are the ones who enlighten you. And through them, you also become empowered and enlightened citizens. You also gain knowledge from your environment. And lastly, you gain knowledge from good human beings. They may be good neighbors, or they may be your church members, or they may be relatives. So any good human beings will also give you good knowledge. Now, the fourth point is that you need to spend your time wisely, because time and tide will wait for no one. Time will not wait for you. So you cannot say that what you can do today. Don't say I will do it tomorrow. So you need to spend every moment of your time wisely. Now we know that one day has 24 hours. 24 hours will give you 1,440 minutes. That gives you 86,400 seconds. So see that in this one day, if you have lost one day, how much you have lost. The earth orbits around the sun every year, adding 1 year to your life. If you fail one full year. Seconds, minutes, months, years, we have control over them. How we use them is in our hands. Now, a very important person who we will read over here was Srikant. He was a student of class 9. He was very, very ambitious. Even though he was really challenged, he said that he wanted to become the first president of India. He worked very hard. He scored 90% in his class 10. He scored 96% in his class 12. Today, he has been working in MIT in Boston, USA. If he could do it, why not you? So here you will see that if a visually challenged person could up, then you have everything in you to be like him or better than him. Now, here you will read. Today you will read your lesson once again in detail, and then in the next class I will be giving you your notes. So therefore, till then, take care. Have a good time. Thank you.